and they found you amusing for a while, the people of this city. But the one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying.
What do all good movies have in common? Structurally, every story, film, literature has a protagonist and an antagonist, a hero and a villain, a good and an evil. Every story has conflict. Every story has a deeper meaning. Now, to understand the deeper meaning, you must first understand this concept. Failure is essential for success. There is complete truth in that statement. Failure is not an enemy of success, but its precondition. It strips away illusion, exposes weakness, and forces a confrontation with reality. In great movies, this is the moment before transformation, when comfort is removed and character is refined. What emerges afterward is the beginning of success. Think back to the yin and yang symbol. There is no success without failure. Failure is required for success.
You must be able to see it, Mr. Anderson. You must know it by now. You can't win. It's pointless to keep fighting. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Why do you persist?
Because I choose to.
What is a film without conflict? Good movies give us heroes and villains. Great movies allow the hero to fall. So how does one ascend from the lowest of lows to the highest of highs? Why does the ending of the film feel so satisfying? The directors of these movies know exactly what they're doing. Let me put it into a flowchart. Weak men create hard times. In the beginning of the movie, the protagonist is lacking the wisdom that they will have at the end of the movie. Their weakness leads them to make impulsive decisions. The next step on the flowchart is not hard times create strong men. We are missing a step.
Right, because Tom, well, yeah, because do you remember the floods? So, yeah. Because do you remember that boy who got his foot stuck in a grate and the river kept rising, and he kept rising, and he kept rising, and eventually they tried to get him out, but he drowned. Yeah. Because, well, that wouldn't have happened to me, right? Because do you want to know why? Well, yeah, sure. Because I'd have said, cut it off, nah. Tom, what I'm trying to say is, right? What I'm trying to say is, son, is sometimes, yeah, you've got to cut a little piece of yourself off, yeah, no matter how much it hurts, in order to grow.
Their impulsive decisions put the protagonists in a figurative pit that they are forced to climb out of. They can either stay in the pit expecting someone to save them, or they frantically claw themselves out. The reality is, no one is coming to save them. They are forced to make a decision. Live or die, like Tom Hardy said. Sometimes you have to cut a little piece of yourself off in order to grow. So, the next phrase in the flowchart is, hard times create desperate men. There are two types of desperate men. When you are desperate, your emotions are heightened. It's like playing chess with 10 seconds left on the clock. You'll do anything to win. You'd sacrifice your pawns, your knights, your bishops, your rook. Decisions made on impulse, relying on chance as a last resort. When desperate, it is impossible to stay composed. There is no such thing as a composed, desperate man. It is an oxymoron. It's like saying there was a deafening silence or a freezing warmth. It cannot exist. So, desperate men sacrifice. But what does a protagonist in a pit have to sacrifice? Themselves. They sacrifice themselves.
To get anything of value, you have to sacrifice. You know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing. Nothing that has meaning is easy. Easy doesn't enter into grown-up life.
The next phrase in the flowchart is, desperate men sacrifice weak men. A weak man is a symbolic term. It is not an actual man. A weak man is used to refer to what the desperate man needs to sacrifice in order to grow. In 127 hours, a mountain climber on a hiking adventure gets himself trapped between a literal rock and a hard place. His arm gets trapped in the wall and is left alone in a pit. In this case, his weak man is his arm. That is what he needs to sacrifice. So what does he do? He amputates his arm, and he lives. Now imagine what would have happened if he didn't get desperate. Imagine what would have happened if he expected that someone would save him. He would undoubtedly be dead. Instead, he got desperate, and he lived. He sacrificed the lesser, his arm, for the greater, his life. Always sacrifice the lesser cause for the greater cause.
Kill the boy, Jon Snow. Winter is almost upon us. Kill the boy, and let the man be born.
It is important to understand that movies are movies. It is unlikely you're going to have to cut off your arm anytime soon, but the idea is still there. Sacrifice your lower cause desire of wanting that chocolate to the greater cause desire of staying in shape. Now do you see how you can work what I am saying into your everyday life? What is your weak man? Figure it out and immediately sacrifice it. Is your weak man your addiction to video games? Sacrifice the lower desire of video games for the greater cause of not being overstimulated. Is your weak man your addiction to junk food? Sacrifice the lower desire of unhealthy food with the greater desire of feeling good. You sacrifice your weak man to create your strong man. Your strong man is that you now feel good. You now are not overstimulated with constant dopamine. You're a stronger man.
The final phrase of the flowchart is, the sacrifice of weak men allows strong men to be born. You need to understand that this flowchart is not a straight line. It's a circle.
In a simplified version, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. It's a constant cycle.